Well, we are all locked in to Vision 2030. There is no doubt about it. For example, personally, it's why I live in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yes, it's what attracted me here. So
this is what drives all of us every day. And it's always good to have this man on the show. We learn when this man joins us. It's not his first time on the show. The Chief Investment Officer at Balfour Capital in Hong Kong. Full of information, he is. Steve Lawrence, welcome back to the Byron Cook Show.
Well, Byron, like always, it's a pleasure to be on here, and I am excited to speak to you about anything about the markets.
Well, the thing is, this show, we clown around so much that sometimes we just need to stop all the silliness and actually learn something, and that's where you come in, Steve. Now, you're in Hong Kong, and obviously you are crunching the numbers. You see it all as the Chief Investment Officer at Balfour Capital. Now, from your perspective, we've got to ask this. Saudi Arabia's international investment strategy, okay, how has it evolved just in recent years to support Vision 2030, from your perspective, being abroad?
Well, first of all, let me just make a little correction. I have office in Hong Kong, and right now I am sitting in my Canadian office.
Oh.
Okay, so we have offices globally. But it's all good. Okay, so let's talk about 2030. And I'm in Hong Kong all the time. Let's talk about 2030.
Yeah.
What you need to understand is Saudi Arabia, their bread and butter will always be fossil. Okay, always. But they got vision, real vision. Okay, they will be, in my opinion, one of the largest energy providers in the world. Okay, with their investment strategies. Okay, whether it's using AI, whether it's using ESG, in every sector of the market.
And this is the future from your point of view. And with that in mind, Steve, what are the sectors or industries right here in the kingdom where we sit right now, despite the fact you're in Canada living the life? What are the sectors that you see benefiting most from the kingdom's current priorities?
Okay, the current priorities with the kingdom is as follows. Okay, number one is to stimulate the economy. Okay, how do you stimulate it? By adding more jobs, and you're seeing it with the power of the Saudi Arabian real estate market. That's number one. Number two, okay, the long-term agreements for the petrochemical expansion and renewable energies is off the charts there. They're investing billions with the largest institutions in the world, all right, to really develop not only the tech sector. You have to understand AI is the future, but you need to fuel the AI with power.
Yep.
And that what is that? And that means electricity. Okay. All right. And with electricity and just even with fossil. Okay. That's going to really fuel the growth. Obviously, this Friday there's going to be some major announcements just in general. Okay. All right. Between the negotiation of all the global tariffs.
Sure.
Okay. It's going to be about tariffs. And the market is anticipating that. Okay. So what I can say to you, okay, is that Saudi Arabia, it is going to boom over the next 50 years. It will be one of the biggest players in the world, by far.
Look, we're taking notes as we speak, and from what you've said there, real estate from your point of view, impartially, they're in Canada at the moment, you're saying it's looking good in terms of property values for Saudis here who can look at property, commercial, residential, I'd imagine. AI, yes, that's the buzzword, and there's no doubt about it. It's growing, but I love the point that we have to power the AI, and renewable energy is another sector that's going to continue to boom. So let's bring it right back to our community every morning, on their way to work in Jeddah, in Riyadh, in Dammam. What advice would you give to us if we want to understand and benefit from these global trade shifts, and this could even be tomorrow with the news as to how it's all going to play out with tariffs? What advice do you give to us? How do we make the most of these changes?
Okay, I think the most integral part is that you have to be diversified. Okay, you just can't bet on black. You have to. It's better to own a smaller position in multiple products than own one position. Okay? And I think the public needs to realize that. And there's so many ways you can do that today with virtually having very little risk. The market's not about how much you can make, it's always about how much you can lose. And that's what the public needs to understand. It's not a casino. It's an investment. It's completely different. But you have to be able to go to bed at night as an investor and find a comfort level for who you are and what you do in any business. So when you come into the market, the first thing you need to say to yourself is, I'm going to put X on this, okay, X on this, all right, and really be diversified. So you have to be diversified with gold, real estate, high-quality stocks, ETFs, a little, you can buy a Bitcoin with an ETF right now. You don't even need to have a wallet. There's just so many ways you can get diversified. And working with high-quality institutions like a firm like Balfour, and there are many firms, okay, that are out there globally.
Yeah, look, Steve, we always love talking to you, and I always feel inspired at the end of a chat with Steve, don't you, Rais?
Yes.
We madly take our notes down. We're going to put this in the podcast as well so that you can listen back to it, or for those who aren't hearing us live right now, we're going to be listening to you on our podcast as well, Steve.
I thank you. I'd love to just be on there. I travel, every quarter, so I'm constantly traveling. Today I got to go to New York. Okay, I've got to get interviewed on the floor of the exchange. Okay, bad weather. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, but I appreciate everything that the viewers want to hear, and I think I can really help the viewers and the listeners.
You always do, Steve. I tell you what else I want. I want your frequent flyer points. That's what I want.
Yeah, you know what? I'd love to give them to you, okay? Because I'm the last person. I'd give them to you if I didn't have to travel so much.
I'd use them to upgrade to business class. All right, hey,
you can take the upgrades too.
Good on you. Steve Lawrence, the Chief Investment Officer, the very well-travelled Steve Lawrence from Balfour Capital. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Steve. Shukran.
Always a pleasure, Byron. Stay cool out there. Bye-bye.
Listen up.
It's the Byron Cook Show.
Podcast, The 5-Word Challenge.